What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we're doing what Naruto is raised on Myoboku, episode 8. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Sasuke would slaughter Orochimaru and ended up absorbing him, leaving the hideout. The Sound Forward thanked Sasuke and would all go their separate ways, becoming rogue ninja yet again to do whatever they like, leaving Sasuke to go and form the Hebi. The executioner blade so far underwater, so Ugetsu would need to get a different legendary blade, which would be bothersome for Sasuke, but he'd agree. They'd end up finding the Thunder Swords, which Suigetsu would now wield. As canon, Sasuke would run to Deidara, however their fight is definitely different. When the landmines are placed, Sasuke would go into Sage mode. He can tell where they are with his Sharingan. He's able to use his Sage Art, inorganic animation, to make chunks of the ground move up at Deidara, making him have to dodge. They end up impacting his Clay Dragon, which takes him down to ground level. Deidara would end up using his C4, with the results ending the same, leaving Deidara out chakra. Sasuke would have lots more chakra due to his constant intake of Sage chakra, as well as him not exerting himself as much. So when Deidara goes to activate his C0, Sasuke uses inorganic animation to make the trees extend wooden spikes into Deidara's arms and chest, stopping him from using his self-destruction jutsu. Deidara begins to curse out Sasuke, as Uchiha falls back into a base, approaching them using his Sharingan to cast Genjutsu on Deidara, to try and learn where Itachi is. Once realizing Deidara doesn't know, Sasuke deems him useless and decapitates him with his sword. Over with Team 7 and Team 8, Naruto and Kiba will both be using their Sage modes, trying their best to sense out Sasuke's chakra, getting the lead. They begin chasing him and his group, which Karin would tell Sasuke. On realizing he's being pursued, he activates his own Sage mode, and tells everyone to get close. Using inorganic animation, he makes the ground open for the four of them to jump in, moving underground with the terrain shifting as they move, allowing them to get away since Sage mode can't sense them underground. Jiraiya would still request to go to the Rain Village meanwhile, and would still find Pain's hideout, where he enters Sage mode. However, the circumstances are different. Due to his Sage mode being perfected, he's doing a lot better than he previously was, since it gives him added strength and better sensing capabilities. With his skills, he's able to destroy the Naraka and Animal Path using well-timed jutsu, with help from Fukushaku and Shima. When the Ashura Path attempts to blindside the Toad Sage, he's able to sense him much better, and avoid the oncoming attack before staring down the remaining paths of Pain. Determining Jiraiya's strength, Nagato had realized that he can't defeat him there in the rain, since he needs to hold back. If he could use his full power, then he probably could defeat Jiraiya. Using a Shinra Tensei, slams Jiraiya into the wall before scattering the other paths, getting away with Konan. Jiraiya walks over to the bodies of the paths he destroyed and begins to examine them. He grabs onto one of the black rods and pulls it out, before sensing Nagato in the distance and dropping it in a panic, falling out Sage mode. He explains to Fukasaku and Shima what he sensed and how he needs to go there and examine it. Fukasaku warns his student that he might not make it back in one piece, but Jiraiya is pretty reckless. He asks Fukasaku and Shima to take the bodies back to leave for autopsy, as he himself leaves to find Nagato. Back with the Hebi, they arrive to face Kisame, where Sasuke goes ahead to fight off his brother alone. He and Itachi start their fight off normally, until Sasuke bursts out Sage mode to dominate him. Itachi would begin to examine Sasuke in Sage mode, to determine the best way to defeat it. Sasuke would be using his typical attacks, just with the added power of Sage mode on top of it. It doesn't really look like a change, since Itachi would just be less suppressed in the battle. Once getting the opportunity, Sasuke uses inorganic animation to make the ground bend around Itachi, which confuses the Uchiha. He tries to dispel what he thinks is a Genjutsu, but is surprised when he finds out it's reality. Sasuke raises up his hand and uses Sage Art, Kirin, throwing a massive lightning dragon at Itachi, with both blue and red mixed in together. Due to the added speed at which I think it would be thrown, as well as Itachi already being preoccupied, I think Itachi would end up dying in the explosion since he wouldn't get a chance to activate Susanoo. After the fight, Sasuke would be found by Tobi, where he offers to tell Sasuke the truth about his brother. Since there's a least search team after him, they'd go into the Kamui dimension, where he'd tell Sasuke about Danzo, making him awaken his Mangekyo and create Taka, all that good stuff. Back with our favourite pervy sage, he'd continue moving, arriving near the location where Nagato is. Before he can get to Nagato, he'd be hit with a Shinra Tensei, as the 6 paths of Pain or stun over Jiraiya, with Nagato getting 2 more paths along the way. Jiraiya isn't in Sage mode and Pain won't hold back, the odds aren't exactly in his favour. All the paths begin attacking Jiraiya, with him struggling to keep up due to all the paths working together to take him down. Jiraiya would know he can't defeat Pain, so he'd power through all his pain, beginning to question what happened, which I'm sure Pain would explain, about how Hanzo betrayed them and killed Yahiko. While this happens, Jiraiya ends up destroying the Naraka path yet again, so no King of Hell. Hearing this makes Jiraiya upset that he couldn't be there to save his student. He tells Nagato it's not too late to turn his life around. They can together make his dream come true. Don't let Yahiko's death be what causes mass murder. At this, the astral path lands a blow on Jiraiya, blowing off his arm as Pain tells Jiraiya it's too late for sympathy. Only pain. At this point, Jiraiya would give up trying to survive. He knows that he'll die here, so in his dying moments, he'll set his student on the right path. He pulls out his first ever book that he wrote, telling Nagato about his dream. It moved Jiraiya, who was inspired to help. That boy isn't gone yet, he can still be him. As he gets stabbed with some black rods, Jiraiya tells Pain that it's okay. Even if he dies here, he'll still believe in him. He's still the student from his prophecy, whether he likes it or not. The Paths of Pain have the chance to finish off Jiraiya, but instead they don't. They carry him over to Nagato and slump him against the wall so he can look at the Uzumaki in his dying moments. Nagato apologizes to Jiraiya for this and how he was merely blinded by his pain and hatred. Before Jiraiya passes, he grows a little grin over his face, as he mutters that at least his life wasn't full of failures. He asks for Nagato to protect Naruto and make sure he grows into a powerful shinobi, capable of bringing peace to the world. Nagato agrees, telling Jiraiya that he can bring him back, but Jiraiya tells him not to. He's accepted his death. His eyes close, he tells Nagato he's leaving it up to him now. With Jiraiya's death, Nagato and Konan begin to mourn as they end up burying Jiraiya, but wanting to use his body out of respect. Konan would turn into paper and rush off to the Hidden Leaf, where she arrives just inside the Yamanaka barrier. Immediately, numerous shinobi would rush over to her, recognizing her as member of the Akatsuki. However, she tells him to calm down. She needs to speak with the Hokage, which I'm sure Tsunade would agree with. Tsunade would walk over with Fukusaku and Shima on her shoulders, where Konan explains what happened. Konan tells her that her and Nagato will be protecting Naruto, which Tsunade immediately would not allow her to do. She's enraged and interested in them since they just killed Jiraiya. In return for allowing them to protect Naruto, as well as residents on the Leaf, they will give them valuable information about Uchiha Madara. Since that is extremely valuable information, Tsunade would reluctantly agree. Since Danzo is in the Leaf, and since they're untrusting of him, they keep Nagato in his safe location and only send the Paths of Pain as well as Konan, where Konan gets interrogated by Ibiki. When Naruto returns and learns about Jiraiya's death, he'd be quite distraught, rushing away to be alone. With Naruto on his own, the person to find him would be the Diva Path. When Pain introduces himself, Naruto straight up punches him in the face, enraged that he killed his sensei. Jiraiya's been with him for a lot longer than he was in canon, so this hurts him even more. Pain tells Naruto to calm down, using the other paths to hold him back. After explaining what happened as well as the circumstances of his master's death, Naruto would begin to calm down significantly. Meanwhile, Team Taco would still be sent to collect B. With Sasuke's Sage Mode, B would be struggling more than he originally was. He still pretended to die in Amaterasu, however with the sensory abilities Sage Mode grants, Sasuke can tell that this wasn't true. It was merely a ruse. He tells B to stop hiding, which makes the Eight Tails Jinchuriki panic. Gyuki tells B to go and find A, which B agrees to. He begins to try and get Raikage A, using stuff like ink clones in his version 2 cloak, to begin to escape the Uchiha, with Sasuke mainly dominating him. He stabs B through the gut, telling them that if he's near death, he'll still be useful. Before B can pass out, Raikage A arrives, landing a hard blow on Sasuke, flinging him backwards as he looks at the Uchiha in rage. He's even more angry than he was at him during the summit. A couple other shinobi tend to B as A rushes at Sasuke, his rage at the max. Although Sasuke has his Sage Mode, he won't have any knowledge about how to use his Susanoo, making him get manhandled or beaten to the ground in a bloody heap. Before A can kill Sasuke, Toby arrives, sucking him and Team Taka into Kamui, before he escapes himself, leaving A angry and B okay, still in possession of the cloud. And guys, that's all of the image. Like and subscribe and comment. Let's go from episode 9. As you can see, Pain is alive. It's going to be quite eventful. And so yeah, bye!